Well, Eileen, it's time.
Less formal. Less formal. Less formal. Less formal.
Okay.
Let's just be fun.
Okay, friend, it's time to get ready for Christmas. What are your favorite things to do to get ready for Christmas?
Man, you just jumped right into it.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
You gotta have you ever watched people just talk for fun? Like not a formal interview, but just talk, like just a laid back.
Just really laid back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's what you want?
Yeah, we want it to be like laid back and fun.
Okay.
We want to bring you into
I
our
just get
world.
to the point.
I know. We're gonna bring you into our world. Hi, I'm Eileen. I work on Bronner's web team, and I put product online for those that shop at home on our website at bronners.com. And occasionally, I get to work with Lori here on really fun projects for social media and for the blog. And some of my favorite things are our baking days, which we'll talk about shortly. But I want to let Lori introduce herself to you too.
Hi, I'm Lori, and I'm the communications assistant. So I work with Eileen on social media and the blog. Also write the staff newsletter and work with media here, among some other projects here and there. So enjoy working with this critter over here.
Yeah, speaking of which, I put her through a lot. She's very graceful with me. I'm very thankful for her.
She's patient with me too, so very patient. Yeah, like we have our blog days, recipe days, project days that we do usually a couple every year, early in the year, to get some content ready, and we do our share of bloopers and things. But Eileen's really good at figuring out a way to fix them. So
yeah, when you are making like 6 recipes on one day, sometimes you realize that you have maybe mixed something the wrong way, or you were supposed to prepare food differently and you didn't do that, and so then you have to adjust.
But it gives you sometimes we get something really...
Yeah, sometimes it turns out really cool and we're kind of glad that we messed up, but in the moment we're usually like...
a little panicky!
Yeah, very panicky, and yeah, trying to recover. Like, how are we going to recover from this? How are we going to make this accident look like it was intentional?
But some of the great things we did this last time were cookies from the virtual...
Yes, from the virtual cookie exchange post. So that post came out in 2020. If you haven't already seen it, we hope that you'll check it out.
The other day, a couple of the recipes that were submitted for that, they were like great.
They were amazing. Yes. So this doesn't feel right, Lori. We need to this doesn't feel right. I don't feel Christmassy right now.
You need some music for me, baby.
I think like 90s brown Christmas sweater. You gotta go all out. When you're gonna talk about Christmas cookies and baking, I feel like you gotta go all out. Don't you agree?
I'm with you.
All right. Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Merry Christmas!
We're back!
Now we are inspired.
Yes, now I'm feeling very bakery
and festive.
Yes.
Decorative. Let's go! Let's talk about these wonderful cookies that we made the other day for the virtual cookie, from the virtual cookie exchange.
Oh my gosh. Before we get there, we gotta tell them about the cookie recipes that we shared from Bronner's cookbooks.
We did.
I love the desserts. The desserts are my favorite. I had a lot of fun putting together the virtual cookie exchange post because I got to focus on cookies.
Yeah.
I love cookies. I'm known as the cookie monster in my house because we can't have cookies in our house. My husband doesn't get to eat them because I usually find them before he does. So I had lots of fun working on this amazing virtual cookie exchange post, and we're sharing some of our favorite recipes from Bronner's cookbooks that we've cooked over the years since we started the blog in 2016.
Yes, 2016.
So among them you'll find the gingerbread cookie, the traditional gingerbread cookie, and that's been really fun because I've been discovering as we work on different posts from around the world how different countries use gingerbread and traditional spices in their Christmas cookies. But in our virtual post, we're sharing the traditional American gingerbread cookie.
Yeah, and Eddie's snickerdoodles.
Yes.
And Eddie worked here. Eddie was wonderful, great baker. It was the best day when Eddie brought in his snickerdoodles, so you definitely want to make it snickerdoodles.
People were coming out of the woodworks when they heard that there was Eddie snickerdoodles laying around.
Yes.
It was
best recipe.
fun. Or something. One of my favorites, Bronner's festive cookie frosting recipe.
Yeah,
is
great
on
frosting.
The virtual cookie exchange. So you just make your own sugar cookies, and Bronner's sugar cookie frosting is
it's wonderful.
Yes.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious. Perfect. I mean, and the great thing about it is it works well on cookies, but it's great on cakes or cupcakes too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Pretzels, you could dip pretzels in it.
You could. It'd be wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, this one's kind of a pet one of mine, is the almond crescent cookies. They're like traditional German time Christmas cookies.
Yes.
And my mom is German, born and raised, and so I remember eating those as a child. And for some reason, they always seemed really daunting to me to make. I don't know if it's because they're in fun little shapes like moons, but they always just seemed really daunting. And when I found a recipe in the cookbook, I thought, perfect time to make myself not be lazy and try it. And I was surprised they're so easy. The hardest thing for me was that the dough has to chill overnight, and obviously I was ready for cookies immediately. But I've probably made that recipe like 5 or 6 times since I made it for the blog because it's just amazing. I just made it recently for Our Lady's Christmas tea at my church, and they loved it. They wanted the recipe for that, and so I could share Bronner's cookbook recipe with them.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. And then we have, the totally awesome chocolate chip cookies from Andy.
Yeah. I don't know, what is it about them? They're better than any Christmas than any chocolate chip cookie I've ever had. Maybe any Christmas cookie I've ever had.
There's a little bit of lemon juice in there, and she told me that was the secret to keeping them soft. There's also oats in there, which makes a nice chewy texture. Oh, there's so
and you
much
feel a little healthier.
Yeah, you feel a little better eating all the
Cookie
cookies.
with oatmeal in it. Yes.
Yeah. But we've gotten a couple submissions. So the giveaway, I'm not sure if we talked about the giveaway yet or not, but we're doing a giveaway with the virtual cookie exchange post. We are asking you to share your favorite cookie recipes with us. And once we get 50 recipe submissions, we're going to be doing a drawing for 2 lucky winners to get a full set of Bronner's cookbooks.
And these are wonderful. You know, every time we do a baking day, and I think we've just timed it out for all the great recipes, we find more great recipes. And in all different categories, main dishes, appetizers and beverages.
The dips. We have a ham spread dip that is just like probably one of our most popular recipes, I would think, on the blog.
And the breakfast recipes, we've actually started a series called Bronner's
Breakfast
Club. And with some great, and we've just really started that, so we've only covered a few recipes, but there's so many great recipes. That ham omelet cheese pie is just wonderful.
That was so much fun to photograph.
That was beautiful.
The
Beautiful
steam
layers.
and the colors, and yes, the layers of the food. Oh, so good. I'm getting hungry.
Really great, like 400, just over 400, I think, recipes in each cookbook. So, you know, and even fun stuff like Play-Doh. You know,
yeah, that was fun.
Kids, and you can make salt dough ornaments out of those too, and
so
just and the cinnamon ornaments. What a great mix of different recipes for different occasions.
Yeah,
they're not just like Christmas recipes, although there's a lot of great Christmas recipes in here too. Traditional.
And like we said, when you mess up, you just work it to your favor, and then people think you did it on purpose.
Yes,
it's great. So back to the comments. So the recipes that were submitted, there were like several recipes that I had never really heard of. Like they were new concepts to me for cookie recipes. Those were super exciting. So Lori and I decided on our bake day to add a couple more recipes to the roster.
Those are long days,
yes,
but we get a lot done.
Yes, and it was very rewarding because
ta-da! These are really wonderful. These are a hot cocoa cookie, and they're a lot like, we also had a wonderful staff member who's passed on now, Miranda, did these wonderful chocolate crinkle cookies. So they're kind of similar to that, and yet they're a little different, a little chewier, and then with the marshmallow on top, it's the perfect, takes you to hot cocoa any time of the year.
Okay, I have to be honest here. When we were baking up these recipes, I mixed up a batch of dough and Lori mixed up a batch of dough so we could make the most of our time. And her cookies came out like all perfectly shaped, crackled, amazing looking, and I was like, oh, those look so good. I hadn't even tasted them yet, but they were like just beautiful. And then my cookies came out and they're a little misshapen, but I made the orange cranberry cookies, and the flavor
is awesome.
Yes, like, and the texture, like, they're not pretty, but don't be fooled by not pretty. They are amazing.
Yeah, you don't even have to like cranberries. and I think you'll love this.
Yeah.
It's just the combination. And also, she's a little hard on herself because they came out and they were just a little brown around the bottom and the edge, but it was wonderful. They had this little bit of crisp on the outside and the bottom, and this chewy on the inside, and that's perfect to get just a little bit of the crisp and the soft is perfect. You're too hard on yourself here.
A little bit, sometimes guilty. Anyway, so we were super excited about these recipes, and there was a couple other ones we really wanted to try, but we just weren't able to that day. So we're really hoping that you will take the time to go to bronnersblog.com and search the virtual cookie exchange post to share your favorite cookie recipes with us. And once we get to 50 recipes, we will be doing the drawing.
Yes, and try some of these at home and see what you and the family and your friends think, which ones are some of your favorites. We definitely recommend these, but there were a lot of others we could have chosen from that are probably just as great.
Probably. We're really excited to have some more baking days in the future.
Yes.
Shall we?
We shall. Just delicious. And I remember you chopping those fresh cranberries, and that's what I get in the cookie is the fresh cranberry flavor along with the orange. And the wonderful drizzle, which also has a little orange in it, and it's great on cinnamon rolls or anything else you want to drizzle, cupcakes. It's perfect.
I'm perfectly content with Lori talking about these cookies so I can just enjoy mine. They say if people are not speaking when they're eating your cookie, you did really good. A giveaway with the virtual cookie exchange. So how the post is we're sharing 5 recipes from Bronner's cookbooks. We should have brought the cookbooks. We didn't bring the cookbook. Should we start over?
Yeah, we should, because
Alright,
I
we're gonna
wasn't
start
really
over.
good, so just...
Beep exchange by sharing recipes online. I don't like the way that just went at all.
Okay, well, just start it.
So we have my book. Oh wait. Spoiler.
Oh, I'm not supposed to. I know. So interesting. So you start her us out.
Okay.
Start her us out.
Okay. Woo, this is so weird and natural for me, and yet I'm so excited about it. And that's a wrap.
Awful rock.
You didn't get there.